Hey, Marvin, how you doing, man?
Great, man. How you doing today?
Good, man. Thanks for coming out.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
How's your day today?
Oh, pretty good.
That's
How about
good,
yours?
man. Oh, it's going great, man. Appreciate you for coming.
Yes, sir.
I know Johnny had mentioned that you over in Capitol Heights.
Yup, absolutely, yup.
Got you.
Yeah.
And how long you been living over there?
Oh man, I've been in this DMV area all my life. Capitol Heights, probably about 7 years.
What? Get out of here. Now you went to school in the area too?
I went to a couple schools, but I did go to school.
How many did you go to?
Oh man, I went to four.
Get out of
I went to
here.
4 schools.
You went to 4 schools.
It's all in PG County though, but I did
4 high schools?
4 high schools.
How did that happen?
Just wanted to transfer, play ball at all of them.
Right.
Just man, for real, just chasing women.
You was trying to get on the starting lineup and
That's
to
it.
be the man with the woman.
That's it. That's it. Just to be honest with you. Man.
Wow. Well, that's awesome. Now, what do you do right now for a living?
So right now, I run a kids program
Okay.
in Alexandria, and I also do personal training.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're doing both of them.
I do both of them.
Got you. So personal training, is that kind of like your own business?
Yeah, it's like my own business, flexible. Yeah, run it. Mainly when I got like a group of kids training basketball, etc.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Mhm.
And how did you get into those?
Oh man, well mentoring. Because I didn't pretty much have a dad for real
Okay.
growing up, so
Mhm.
I always wanted to be like a big brother to some other kids. So I just got in
Wow.
kind of like nonprofit organizations that ran them.
Right.
And so first I was working in the DC area kids program, but resources are shaky in DC, and they really don't. I think they was, be honest with you, I think they was like using the resources in their own own pockets. So I ended up going to Virginia, and Virginia was great. Virginia
Okay.
was great.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Absolutely. And personal training, I just love basketball.
Mm.
Yeah, so I love training up the kids.
So you love working around kids
Absolutely.
and training people. I mean, that's a great tie-in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, as far as, anything else, I mean, what do you like least about it?
Probably
Or what would you change?
money.
Money?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I never believed like teachers get really paid what they work.
Oh my
They
God.
just do it for, out of the kindness of their heart.
So many people I hear say that.
Yeah.
They're doing something, but they're not, like you say, fulfilled completely.
Yeah, not completely.
Yeah. And I mean, it's sad because teaching is obviously one of the most important, I think careers that we have.
I know.
Is really teaching our children. But if their children, they can't learn from the best
Yeah.
because they're paid the least, man,
Wow.
that's hard to do, man.
Absolutely. So true. Wow.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, did your friend did he tell you a little bit about what I do, or did he mention anything? Or
Nah, he just said, man, I gotta get with you, man. You doing some great things in the area.
Mm,
Hey, give you some time.
Okay.
To share what you do.
exactly.
I keep our options open. So
Right.
So I'm here.
Well, man, hey, I'm glad you came out, man.
Okay.
What would you say are probably like some of your top 3 goals, like to accomplish in the next couple of years? Like, what do you
man.
want to do?
First, I need to move.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely need to move first. Get out of. Kind of tired of the PG County area.
Yeah.
So just get out of the PG County area. That would be number one.
Okay. Like, where's your ideal?
Maybe like a brandy wine.
Okay.
You familiar with brandy wine?
Sure. Mhm.
Or maybe like a, what is it called? Dumbo
Right.
over there,
Mm.
up Coward County.
Oh, okay.
And just get out the PG County area.
Just get out of there, yeah.
Yeah, that. Number 2 goal. I want my daughter to go to probably the best school she can probably go to.
Wow.
And I don't believe PG County is it for
Nah,
schooling.
you're right about that.
Not for schooling.
Exactly.
And,
Wow.
and number 3, I would just say I have unlimited options. So probably definitely more money will help me have more unlimited options.
Okay, absolutely. Let me tell you a little bit about me. I've been actually in the business over 10 years. So what happened with me was a little bit different than most. Unfortunately, I lost my brother.
Okay.
He was, found, by his wife, and it was ruled that he had cardiac arrhythmias. But it's kind of like deep down in your heart, you kind of like. You weren't there, so you kind of like wonder what really happened. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
But what resonated mostly was that he didn't have no money. He was a former NFL athlete. He had no money,
Wow.
no savings, no life insurance. So
Wow.
we struggled, really kind of putting him in the ground.
Gotcha.
And I had a friend of a friend that introduced me, to what we do here. So I was in healthcare and basically was really exposed to the business.
Okay.
And it totally changed my life.
Gotcha.
You know, it kind of changed how I thought. It wasn't just the money,
Gotcha.
but you know where it took me.
Gotcha.
You know, so basically the reason why you're here today is we're expanding.
Okay.
We have about 350 local offices, you know, with the company locally in the DMV.
Okay.
I have an office right up here in Bowie, and then we have about 6,000 offices nationally.
Gotcha.
So I'm personally looking to open up about another 6 to 10 locations in the next 12 months to 18 months.
Okay.
And I'm looking for 1 or 2 different types of people. I'm looking for somebody to come work with us on a part-time basis. Okay. Particularly my average part-timer will make anywhere between $1,500, $3,000 a month, working anywhere between 5 to 15 hours a week.
Gotcha.
Okay. Or I'm looking for somebody who can start, you know, part-time and then within 6 months transition full-time and have a potential to earn a 6-figure income and change their life and run a location.
Gotcha.
Okay. Am I talking to the right person?
Definitely talking to the right person.
Okay, great. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, okay? Because you said you're a trainer, teacher by day, trainer by night.
Yep.
Okay. You
Like
got to say it like that?
Yep.
Okay, absolutely. There's a great book out. It's called Rich Dad Poor Dad. You ever heard of that?
I think I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of old book, but you know it was a bestseller.
Okay. I think I started reading some of it. That's like Robert Kiyosaki.
Robert Kiyosaki. There you go.
I didn't get to finish.
There you go. So he had a very important diagram in there. He talked about there's 4 ways to earn an income. I don't know if you remember that. Okay.
Oh, I didn't get that.
So he said there's the east side. Okay. I always say 4 ways legally to earn an income. There's the E stands for the employee.
Gotcha.
So he says it's probably one of the worst ways to earn an income because why? It's there's really no control of time and no control of money.
Gotcha.
You ever get at your job and realize, man, look, I'm already broke. There ain't no more paychecks coming for the month. And you try to figure out what the hell I'm going to do. Why am I wasting my time here?
Definitely. Absolutely.
You know, I don't know about you, but I used to think that. I was like, man, I said, it's the 20th. I've already gotten paid my last check. It's already spent. And now I got to finish out these last 10 days. And it's like, I got more bills coming.
Yeah.
You know? Wow. So there's there's no time. So there's no time and then there's no money. Okay, which completely sucks. You know?
That's true.
So, like you said, hey, one of the things you would improve would be making more money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then the second way he said is the S side. That stands for self-employed.
Okay.
I'd imagine that's kind of like what you do as a trainer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Self-employed.
Right? So, do you work by yourself?
I do.
Okay. So, what happens if you don't show up to work?
Oh, man. For the training?
Yeah, for the training.
Oh, man. I don't get paid.
You don't get paid. So, there's really limited options here. So you go from kind of like not having time and money to really limited time and money. You know, because if you're not doing it, you can't make money. Okay. So he said the B side stands for business owner.
Okay.
Okay. Because I always ask people, I said, what's the difference between self-employed and business? Business owners run a system. Okay. Like they always, money never stops.
Gotcha.
You know, they have time and money. They have the best of both worlds.
Gotcha.
Just think of it this way. How different would life be if you could go on a 3-week vacation and still make as much money as you did the month prior and not have to do any of the work?
Life would be different.
A lot different, wouldn't it? Exactly.
Absolutely.
So business owners have the best of both worlds. And when they business owners continuously operate more systems or more businesses, they ultimately become what we call an investor. Okay, so the investor word in the traditional sense that you probably heard of is you save all your money and then, you know, you wait a long time and then you got to wait for it to grow and come to fruition, right?
Yep, after retirement, that's when I could live.
Yeah, 30 to 40 years, right.
Wow.
So investors, basically, they have the best of both worlds. They have time and money, and they do that by investing in other businesses. Wow. Kind of like the show Shark Tank.
Okay.
You heard that? Yeah.
Okay.
Those guys are investors.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So which of those 4? Which side appeals to you mostly? The left side or right side?
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Man. Business investing.
Exactly.
I have more time and more money.
Exactly. So really, what our business is really all about. It's about really teaching people how to get to this side.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now, ultimately, we have people that start here, but they don't end up here.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
So if I can show you how to do something like that, you'd be open to learning more about that?
Absolutely.
Okay. So let me just talk to you a little bit about the credibility, because what you do, okay, and who you do it with, how important is that?
Very important.
Very important. So just a little bit on Primerica. You ever heard of it?
Nah, I can't say I have.
Okay. So this is really amazing. Primerica has actually been around since 1977. As I mentioned, they have about 6,000 offices nationally.
Okay.
We serve about 10 million clients right now.
Wow.
You know, a ton on the insurance side and a ton on the investment side.
Gotcha.
We're listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Okay. All these companies here, which of these have you heard of?
AIG.
AIG?
Starson, Voya.
Yeah.
Vivid.
Okay.
They knocked on my door a couple days ago.
Exactly. So we're kind of like the Amazon of the financial, industry.
Okay.
Okay, because what can you buy through Amazon?
Man, just about everything.
Everything.
Absolutely.
So what we do is, instead of having these companies, work individually, we basically mastermind the process or simplify the process and do it through Primerica. Why? Because there's 150,000 of us.
Wow.
We're located in every state. We're highly regulated. Okay. As I mentioned, we're in the New York Stock Exchange. Forbes magazine highlighted us as one of the top 50 most trustworthy companies in America.
Wow.
And basically, we produce the most 6- and 7-figure earners of any company in America.
Wow.
So, do you think anyone will have any problems working for or doing business with a company like that?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, this is no way. So, let me share with you, secondly, a little bit in terms of if you qualify to come work with me, I'll show you a little bit in terms of what you would be doing and how much money you can make. How important is that?
Very.
All right. So let me talk to you a little bit about that. So first thing I want to show you is a little bit in terms of what we do for people, because I think what we do speaks volume. Because if what we do for people doesn't make sense, why would you or anybody else want to do this, right?
So true.
Okay. So looking here, John and Mary, 30 years old, married with kids. That's kind of like our typical client, okay? Married with kids, okay? So they had a lot of things going on, okay? So they had debt, okay? So they had $165,000 of debt on their mortgage, 24 years left, okay? But then they had $13,000 in credit card debt, and it's going to take them 58 years to pay that off. What's wrong with that picture?
58 years. And
50 years.
They're going to be dead by the time they get 88.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Absolutely.
How many people do you think out there are like that?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
So look what we did. We just added up. We just gave them really added value. We showed them exactly how to get out of debt. Instead of being in debt for 58 years, we showed them how to get out at age 50, which is actually 20 years away. Paying their mortgage off and everything. Gotcha. All credit card debt, everything.
Wow.
And we did it through a simple system called Debt Snowball.
Gotcha.
Okay, we just line up their credits, credit cards, card notes, everything, accelerate, pay this one off, and when that's done, we move to the next one. So they're done in 20 years, and we freed up $56,000 in interest. Wow. Marvin, you work with kids, and you train people. So I would imagine you like to help people.
Absolutely.
If you help this family do something like that, how would they feel about you?
They feel great. I say what, 38 years on their life.
Here you go. So would they refer you?
Of course.
Yeah, exactly. So that kind of speaks to how our business, perpetuates. We've been in households for 40 years.
Wow.
We don't door knock, we don't cold call, we don't solicit or anything like that.
Gotcha.
You okay with that?
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, because what's the best way to do business in America?
Of course, referral.
Yeah, there you go.
Just like when you go refer a movie.
There you go.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
Just like how do you get your next client?
Yep. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yep. So second area is looking at life insurance. Life insurance is probably the third or fourth largest purchase people will make a lot of times. Probably least research.
Wow.
People they kind of deal with somebody local, maybe their uncle or cousin or somebody sold them something, but they really just don't understand it.
Gotcha.
And then, or unfortunately in our community we just don't have it.
Yeah.
So this family had it, but they had the wrong stuff.
Okay.
$150,000 on husband and wife, nothing on the children, paying $285 a month.
Wow.
Would you do that?
No.
No. What's wrong with that?
$285 a month.
$285 a month. Yeah, it's like, car insurance and then some, right?
$150. Yeah, I don't think that makes sense.
So look what we did. We put $400,000 on both husband and wife, okay, and put 10 on the kids and lowered the payment to $126.
Wow.
Again, how would they feel about you?
They feel great. Wow.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Quick question. How are you guys able to do that?
You mean as far as taking them from here to here?
Yes.
That's a good question. So, remember I mentioned all those companies that I outlined, okay, as far as, these companies here?
Yes.
So essentially what happens is we tap into each of these companies as far as their products and services.
Gotcha.
Like Primerica is neutral. Of course, our DNA is basically life insurance.
Okay.
So we underwrite our own life insurance plans.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's the first part. The second part is there's really two different types of insurance.
Gotcha.
There's are you familiar with the different kinds?
A little bit, but not too much.
Okay. So there's a kind called term.
Yep.
There's a kind called whole life.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a child, right?
Yep.
You have any insurance on you and your family right now?
Yeah, I think my mom set us up with a whole life plan.
Okay, got you.
That I just been I've had it since her mom had it.
Got you.
Yeah.
So you have nothing independent yourself?
It's under me now, but
Okay.
I just took it over.
Oh, okay.
It's a whole life plan that I just took over.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So it would probably make sense for you to take a look at it and see
Yeah.
if you make sure you got the right stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Saying this now.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So if I could show you how to do that, you'd be open to looking at that, wouldn't you?
I would.
Okay. Great. So looking here, the third area. So we freed up $159 a month.
Okay.
And we basically showed them in terms of how to invest that money.
Mm.
Now, what's unique about our business is we're 100% referral based. We basically work off of what we call a fee for service.
Okay.
So instead of the clients paying us,
Okay.
the company pays us for
Gotcha.
finding clients.
Okay.
Okay. So if you did that, if you helped the family go from here to here, that's a big difference, right?
That is a big difference.
Primerica would pay you a daily payroll check the next day, $538.
Daily paper.
Daily payroll.
Wow.
How long does it take you to make $538 doing what you do now?
All right, week.
All right.
All
All right.
right, week.
So if I can show you how to do it in a day or two, that'd be attractive for you, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
So let's look at the third area. The third area was they had in some form of investment.
Mhm.
They had $30,000 in an IRA, putting away $100 a month. But look at that measly interest rate of 1.5%.
Wow.
So $105,000 they're going to have at 65. How great would life be then? Sucks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's what we did. We showed them how to go from here to here. We rolled that money over, put the 30 grand in IRAs. Now we're teaching them how to invest in mutual funds. And just at a 6% return, they got 600,000.
Mm.
Is that a big difference or a little difference?
It's a big difference.
Yeah. How many people do you think they would refer you to if it worked out just like that?
Everybody. Shoot.
Everybody. Exactly. Because why do you think most people don't invest?
Nobody just told us nothing like this.
That's right. We're not being taught.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have a background in this stuff,
Okay.
right? Probably 99% of my colleagues that do this, they don't have a background in this stuff,
Wow.
you know? So it's just like you're in training, right?
Mhm.
How did you learn how to personal train?
From other trainers.
For other trainers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
Our business is no different. We teach other people how to do that.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you'd have made $525 for doing something like that.
Wow.
So now you're
On
already
top
at
of it.
$1,000
Wow.
in income just for helping this one family. And then the last area is they didn't have a will, right?
Mhm.
You know, like Chris Rock say, when white folk die, leave a will, black people die, leave a bill, right? So looking here, we had no will, right?
Right.
Okay, and then we put a will in place, and you paid another $80 for doing that.
Wow.
So if you help just minimally 4 people in a month's time, okay, that's 4 times 1143. How many people would you want to help like that?
Man, more than 4.
More than 4.
Many as I can.
Isn't that something? Yeah. Now, what would an extra 1,500, $3,000 a month, like I said on the initial end, do for you?
Man, it'll do a lot.
Do a lot,
Yeah.
such as what?
Oh man, definitely move.
Okay.
Accelerate that moving process.
Okay.
The extra 1,500 could be if I'm paying for a private school for my daughter, or it could do a lot.
Wow.
It definitely could do a lot.
Exactly. Now, let me share with you a little bigger picture.
Mhm.
Okay. Remember we talked about basically being on the B&I side,
Yes.
being a business owner and investor.
Uh-huh.
There's really 2 ways to do this business, Martin. Okay. One way is to be on the right side or the left side. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Being a self-employed person.
Mhm.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people starting their business and they want to be part time. They make $1,500, $3,000 a month, and that's what they want to continuously do.
Okay.
Okay. But in addition to that, I'm looking for business-minded people who want to start perhaps similarly,
Mhm.
but within 6 months to a year, show them how to transition where now I'm teaching them how to build a business.
Mm.
Okay, so therefore they can become a business owner.
Okay.
Okay, and the way you do become a business owner is essentially by teaching, training, and developing other people.
Mm.
You ever train anybody?
Yeah.
Doing what?
To know how to do what I do.
Okay.
Like as far as like training other kids,
Okay.
or mentoring kids, teaching them, yeah, I trained a couple people how
Okay.
to do, as far as when I trained a lot of people. It's just far as like when I used to, train like other drivers,
Mhm.
like the different routes. Years ago, I used to be a driver.
Oh,
I used
okay.
to train, other drivers the same routes.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
Definitely.
Got you.
Okay.
So doing any of those other jobs, could you train me or teach me how to do what you were doing?
Yeah, absolutely.
So just like you have that confidence,
Mhm.
I could train you and teach you the same way.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. So let's just put the shoe on the other foot. Let's just say you became a regional vice president.
Okay.
Okay. 1 out of 3 regional vice presidents in our business earn $150,000 a year.
Okay.
Okay. So looking here, you're a regional vice president. Now you train me.
Mhm.
Okay. And I got to a place where I went out and basically started to help families on my own.
Okay.
Without you. So at some point, you're gonna have to, I would have to teach you,
Mhm.
but at some point I would become independent. Make sense?
Makes sense.
So if I did it myself,
Mhm.
if you trained me and you were a regional vice president, if you did it yourself, you made 1,100 instead of 538,
Wow.
because you're at a higher contract.
Gotcha.
Over here, you made 930 instead of 525 because now you're at a higher contract.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So you made 125. So you made 2,400, 2,200 as a regional vice president helping one family. Isn't that something?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, but now you put me in a position where I can go do this on my own.
Mhm.
So I made 1,100,
Mhm.
but now you weren't even there.
Mhm.
Okay. So as a result of that, you made an override of 1,097.
Wow.
How many people would you want to work with like that?
Man. Millions.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Wow.
Exactly. So let me ask you a question. You see yourself doing something like this?
Shit, I do.
Why?
Man, the opportunity first, I would just say definitely. A lot of these areas, our people lack.
Okay.
The education, like life insurance,
Mhm.
investing. So I definitely can,
Mhm.
learn a business so I can go out and help those families.
Okay.
Same way how you educating me.
Exactly. And I'm just curious, why should I work with you? Why should I embrace Marvin?
Oh man, first I know a lot of people that need what you guys do,
Okay.
and I'm open to learn. I feel as though I'm real coachable.
Okay.
So I think I can go and change a lot in our community.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
I love that.
absolutely.
Okay, I love that. And and sitting here talking to you, I mean, you seem very insightful. You seem like a hard worker.
Mhm.
Sound like you've done a lot, as far as working with people.
Mhm.
And you're not where you want to be, but ultimately I can help you get there.
Oh.
So I wouldn't have any problems working with you based on that.
Gotcha.
Like in any business, of course, there's a license, there's the credentials and things that you have to, address.
Okay.
In our business, it actually runs about $1,200
Mhm.
to get fully licensed.
Okay.
How much further would you work with me knowing that?
Oh man, can I get it on a discount?
Exactly. Well, the truth of the matter is, it runs $1,200 to $3,000 depending on the state you're in.
Okay.
But Maryland, being that it's $1,200,
Mhm.
Primerica actually subsidizes about 90+% of that.
Wow.
Okay, so the reason why they do that, they pay your license because Primerica makes about $3 billion a year, so they can afford to pay for some licensing.
Wow.
So
Okay.
the thing they can't pay for is your background,
Okay.
so basically there's a one-time $49, $50 process, $99 background check.
Okay.
Okay, and 25 basically is monthly is your back office, where it allows you to track exactly your client base, anything and everything that's that you're doing through your business.
Mm.
So I'm able to track that through my associates.
Okay.
So what interests you more, part-time, business that you can own one day,
Mm.
becoming a client, or both?
Oh man, I'll say both.
Both. Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you started. Okay, I'm going to really show you how to get this thing going.
Okay.
So really, here's my goal in the next 30 days. My goal is to essentially help you, Marvin, get trained, okay, and licensed, okay,
Okay.
because we got to be able to walk and chew gum.
Gotcha.
Because, one without the other, you ain't gonna be able to, it's like walking with a broken leg, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have both legs. Yeah.
Right.
In other words, I can show you how to get trained, but you don't have a license, so you ain't gonna be able to do much.
Gotcha.
But then I show you how to get licensed, you're not trained, so they work hand in hand. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get trained and licensed.
Makes sense.
You with me?
I'm with you.
Okay, I'm gonna be your coach. I'm gonna be the one that's gonna work directly with you. Okay, because I have a vested interest in you.
Okay.
And what that means is, if Marvin doesn't make any money, guess who doesn't make money?
You.
That's right.
Got it.
And how dumb would that be?
That would be very.
So I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm gonna work with you directly and show you exactly how to get this thing going.
Okay.
Because basically, with the people that you know and my knowledge, we'll be unstoppable.
Gotcha.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take a minute. I'm gonna get you legitimized, ask you some background questions, and then basically welcome you to our team.
Okay.
Is that fair enough?
Fair enough.
All right.
All right.
Awesome, man. All right. So that's kind of how we go through a one-on-one interview process. Study, study, study. Listen, 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 over and over and over. And so now I will walk Marvin through the IBA process. I'm not just going to give it to him, but I'm going to walk him through it. So what I mean by that is I'm just going to explain it. I'm going to say, hey, look, this here is going to legitimize you, okay? People say, why do you need my social? Well, how are we going to pay you? Anytime you do work anywhere, if there's money involved, they need to know how to pay you. And then I'm going to ask his background, anything I need to know. This page here, this has to do with the companies that we work with, okay? So here, I'm going to have Marvin initial right here and put his pertinent information here outlining that we're not going to authorize sharing of consumer reports. So it's important that they do have to fill this page out for authorization, okay? It's just basically saying, hey, look, Marvin, remember those companies? Yeah, we're not going to share your information, so you have to put your initials here, say that you do not authorize, and then have them fill in the rest. Over here, we do for recognition, which is education, background, we'll highlight that. And then the last page is basically, Marvin, here's what's cool about our business, man, is that, for whatever reason, if you decide, hey, look, you know what, you didn't want to go further, we give you 120 days to work in our business. Isn't that something?
Wow.
And we give you, a rescission, if you decide, hey, you don't want to do that.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
It is.
Yeah. So he's got it. So he's got everything to gain, nothing to lose. And then basically, I'm gonna have him authorize. And then I'm gonna look down and say, Marvin, how are you gonna take care of this? Put it in your debit card, or you can put it in your bank account, out of your bank account.
I want to use debit, but do it have to be right now?
How fast do you want to make money?
I want to make money fast.
Okay.
But I just know I don't have the 125.
Okay.
Like right this moment.
Okay. So you work. You said 2 jobs, right?
Yep.
Okay. How often do you get paid?
I get paid like every week from one or the other.
Okay. So you work 2 jobs and you don't have $124 in savings?
At the moment.
Okay. When will you have it?
Say Tuesday, Saturday, next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So God forbid if something happened with your vehicle and it broke down, and you need 124 tonight, how would you get it?
Man, I would reach out. Probably try to reach out to maybe an aunt or uncle or something.
Okay. Don't you think that would be worth it, considering this is an opportunity to change your life?
Since you put it that way, yeah. That's
Okay.
Right.
And then next Wednesday you can give it back to them.
Yeah, I ain't look at it like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's give them a call. That's what I would do. That's exactly it. That's what I would do. Because, here's what happens is if we give them a bailout, we say, oh, it's not that important. Oh, no biggie. What happens is you start accumulating IBAs that, number one, don't have payments on them, okay? And then secondly, you lose your thunder, you lose your control of working with a new associate. And what I mean by that is if they're not going to do it, it's definitely not going to be just because of the money. They're not going to do it anyway. Okay. So if I'd rather shoot them now instead of wasting time with them and then me playing treasurer, right, carrying around this daggone, form, and send it in. I don't want to run a business like that. Gotcha. I want to run a business where I'm upfront with him, I'm direct, and I get that money.
Gotcha.
And I'm not going to beat him up, but I am going to be direct, and I would say something just like that.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
You know, so that hey, let's give your aunt a call. Let's give your uncle a call, and then he'll see that I'm serious. And what he'll do one or two things. He'll say, oh well, was she at work now? I don't know, you know, and then or he'll say, well, I got some money somewhere else. I can move it over. You know what I mean? And usually they'll do it. Most of them have the money.
Right.
They just don't think this is important, so that's why they don't do that.
Gotcha.
Make sense?
Makes a lot of sense.
Yep. So anyway, I get that money, put this in, send it in. If we go back and forth and I get no money, then my second step is to invite him out. But I'm not going to waste a lot of time with that person. Okay. Unless I sincerely know in my heart of hearts that they're being up on the up and up. If they're not making any attempts to get 124, 9 times out of 10, they're just not even serious about it. Because it's just they're going to fart off and they're going to waste your time anyway. You know, but if they make some attempts, let's say we call the aunt, he can't get it, he calls somebody else, he can't get it, then I'll say, okay, I'm running with somebody. If they got a market, I'm going to run with them.
Gotcha.
Yep. All right, guys.